What's up, good people? This is Isaiah. And as we look at the tape, yeah, you see it. You see it. We got Alphen here at 255. You know what I'm saying? 255. That's what I'm talking about. Right? So that's one of the Tales of characters. Well, actually, no. Not really. Not one of the Tales of characters finished, but one of the newer Tales of characters finished. You know what I mean? Actually, no. Alphen was released with Shion, Colette, and Lloyd, if I'm not mistaken. So he would be number 2 in the list because I finished Colette first, and now we have Alphen done. All right. Not bad. As far as who's next for the grind and farming Shadow or Light, I honestly have no idea at this point. I can continue grinding for Yuri since he's the closest character to 255. Or I can switch my focus to grinding TTW for Cam. Ideally, I would rather grind for a character that has access to a green key dungeon and a, say, TTW in this case, red key dungeon. So Cam would fit the bill, but his dungeon hasn't been released yet. So I can't actually grind for 2 dungeons, you know what I mean? So for example, to explain better what I mean here, it'd be like if I was grinding for, say, Garyu, right? I believe it's Antiquity is where I would go when I have Garyu, grind Antiquity first, use up all my keys, and then once I'm done using those keys, I would swap back to present day, here go to the future, and then run TTW with Garyu in the party, and only Garyu in the party, right? Or have Garyu be the only free character in the party, I should say. Build your team however you want, but make sure Garyu's in the party somewhere. That way, you can also get Shadow for him there. And you can do that with these green key characters. Serene, Azami, Garyu, Ash Tier. Okay. And that'll work just fine for you. You know. And then after that, it's just mostly, you'll probably end up just grinding TTW. Unless, of course, you're free to play. You'll probably actually grind the actual dungeon that are assigned to some of these characters. Because I believe you get different drops. Like you'll get different things from running them. You know what I mean? I don't think TTW would actually drop everything, you know? It's just something to think about. Okay. So, I have Aldo done, which can't wait for him to get to level 100. That update, can't wait for that. Because I'm like, oh man, if that's going to be the requirement, being like 255 or so, it's probably not. By the way, I don't see it being a requirement to be at 255 light, maybe 80, but I definitely don't see 255 being the requirement. But if it is, then I'm gonna have a field day getting a bunch of characters to level 100. You know what I mean? Because I have so many at 255, that's gonna be fun. You know what I mean? So let's see here. I believe I got pretty much all of the recommended characters pretty much done except for Harley. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that, if you go to the Another Eden wiki and look up another dungeons, they give you some suggestions on how to decide on who to farm Light or Shadow for. Aldo was first because he's obviously the OG, the main character. Azami, Garyu, Serene, Ash Tier are next. Clark is next. Curio, and then the Chrono Cross collab. So that'd be Surge, Kid, Harley, Starkey. Of those, Harley's the only one that's not done. Getting her to at least 80 is the thing to do in my case. Mayu's finished and Nona's finished. You know what I mean? So that just leaves Harley in the actual list of characters to grind Light or Shadow for. So I don't know who I'll be grinding for. Let's see. Staff, Shadow, and sort by Shadow here. Harley is at 63. You know what I mean? So I could say, all right, because we got Cam here at 90, I could just go grind Harley, get her to 80, you know what I mean? Or just say, I'll just focus on getting her to 255 until Cam's Dungeon gets released. But in this particular case, that'd probably be a bad idea because I can use my green keys to run the Dream Slip Tower of Time, right? Her personal dungeon, which would be, well, now, let me go back to present here, another world. So I can use it to grind this dungeon, but I believe the drop rate for green keys in these dungeons is like 10%. You know what I mean? It's incredibly low. It's 20% if I ran very hard. And then it's like, what, 20... I don't know. I'm going to just say 25. All right? About 25% in TTW. I could be wrong, by the way. You know what I mean? It's probably like 23 or something like that. But I do know it's pretty low inside of the hard version of dungeons. You know what I mean? It's definitely pretty low. In that case, I'd be better off just grinding, say, TTW with her. You know, but that can get pretty boring pretty quickly. So you may want to switch it up and go to her main dungeon, which is like a 20% with very hard. So yeah, you got options. I definitely do have options on how I decide to grind for these characters. You know, main thing, getting her to 80 to, again, open up the additional skill slot. Because these Chrono Cross characters have access to something that makes them worth getting to 80, and that being elements. You know what I mean? Because of that, you can have her use, say, that's a shade-based attack, that's a fire-based attack. I don't know what this attack is. Water-based attack. Say I wanted an earth one. Get her to 80. Give her an element that gives her access to it. That says purify. Give her, let's see, earth here. Earthquake or uplift. Probably earthquake. And then now all of a sudden you have a character that has access to different elements. You know what I mean? So is there a thunder element in here? Yes, there is. Nice. But yeah, just something that one could actually do. You know, hence why, you know, getting certain characters to 80 is beneficial. Of course, you have the newer characters like Valette worth getting to 80. In fact, I feel like Valette she needs a 5th skill slot. You know what I mean? She has so many skills that could be useful. Same with Orlea. Orlea, it also feels like she needs a 5th skill slot. You know? But yeah, things like that. For me personally, I have no idea. I'll probably keep grinding for Cam just to keep things simple for me because he's the newest character and I don't have much experience with thunder-based teams. You know what I mean? And the primary reason for that is because I don't really do much with AF. You know, a lot of my boss fights, unless I have to use an AF, are primarily done with like no AF in mind. You know, so if I can go through a boss, super boss even, without using it, you know, I view that as an accomplishment. Now, if for some odd reason, say I get down to like the last bit of health and I'm like worried, really like, okay, I made it this damn far. Boss could probably kill me in the next hit and I have a full AF bar. Then I'll just take advantage of the full AF bar. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I might as well use it to do as much damage as I possibly can. Provided all my characters are alive. And then go from there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'll probably continue grinding for Cam, though. Running through TTW, because right now he doesn't have a dungeon. Would have been nice if he had one. Would have been real, real nice. Oh, boy. And then other than that, yeah, it's pretty much all I can think of as far as grinding goes. Speaking of grinding, there's a character here that I can actually finish in this video. You already know where I'm going. This little guy right here. Okay? Free character, no dungeon. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm being honest, I don't think we're going to be getting any... I don't think we're going to be getting any new... like Luring Shadow Fist characters. anytime soon. I really don't think we are. So if we aren't, then I can finish him right now. You know, because I have enough of the Luring Shadow Fist to do that. You know what I mean? And honestly, I would just do it just to say I got them done. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much it. What to do? Do I finish Uquaji? I might as well, because I said I was going to do it at 239. This is going to be a while. Hold on. Alright, so we now have Uquaji done. That's every Luring Shadow Fist finished. In fact, if we were to keep a log of this, which I don't, but let's just say we did. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. We'll reset the filter here. I could have just did that there. Light, staff, these are all finished. Right, all done. All at 255. Alright, so light staff is all done. Sword is definitely not all done. Nope. Katana also not all done. Nope. You can say the primary gacha characters are though. But Coot, well, that is the weirdest name ever. This is K here is not done. Alright. Moving on. Axe, I believe it was all done. Okay. Let's see here. Lance, I don't know. Oh, well, I was going to say Lance is all done, but then we have these two here, which... Nope, definitely not done. But then do you really want to count 2 3-star characters in the completion list? You know what I mean? Like, do you really want to... Like, do I really want to count them? No, not really. So I'll say Lance. You know, because I have all of the others done. You know what I mean? Might as well do the same for Katana at this point. Because it's K here and then story characters. You know what I mean? And everybody else being done. So basically if I did a pull and if I didn't get this guy right here, then it's more light for them. You know what I mean? For those that are actually completed though, staff is complete. Axe is complete. Lance, I'm gonna just say Katana here. We have 3 light Katana, and I'm just typing this up so I can actually have a reference for it. And Lloyd, light Lance. We have Een and Saria. Alright, moving on. Bow here. Definitely not all done. Primea. It's not finished. There's a few here actually that aren't done. So I wouldn't consider that completed completely. Fist here. Definitely not done with that. Nope. Hammer. Nope, definitely not done with that either. Too many characters here. You know what I mean? Keep the hammer. Shadow, every shadow, done. Shadow hammer, I should say, is complete. Fist, I literally just completed this in this video. Fist is complete. We have bow not complete. Nope, definitely not complete, unfortunately. Altina and Primea, of course. I'll have to do a request. I feel like it'd be interesting. Lance, not even close. Shadow Axe. Sophia is the only one here. So I don't even know if I'll ever have. There's 26 here. I'm not interested in using Sophia. You know what I mean? So I don't think I'll ever finish this section completely. But it's a story character, and you don't really get anything. I mean, you have to grind for it. If I did pulls, I can get her to 255, but I don't know. I'm gonna call it a complete, but I'm still making a note that I still have to finish Sophia. Katana here, not even close to being done, unfortunately. Do I have? Nope. I would have finished Yuri a few weeks back, but as I kept talking about, getting to Seth to the 200 was pretty important to me. Sword is definitely not done. I'm not even sure why I even looked. I mean, because from this list, the only two gacha characters left would be Dilla Lily, and because I don't have anything extra here, 19 away, not bad. I'll probably do that next month. Use the trials on her, finish her up. And then his Mena here left. And then staff, we know I don't have staff done. 16 total staff shadow users. And from this list, there's quite the mix here that need to be finished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it, really. So the classes I actually have, or weapon types I actually have finished, would be things like Light Staff, Light Axe, Shadow Hammer, Shadow Fist. And if you want, you can include Shadow Axe, because Sophia, you know what I mean? So that's 5 of the different weapon types finished. And each type has 2. So, as you can see here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, and I only have, make that, there's 16 weapons, light, shadow, you know what I mean? And I only have 5 of them done. So I have a pretty long way to go to get all 16. Lance, shadow is going to be the last one, because there's not many Shadow Lance characters in the game. Right? This is all we got. There's literally it's insane. There's literally only 3. 3 gacha characters, 2 stories, one of which hasn't received an update ever. You know what I mean? Would be nice, because he has a skill here that nobody could use. You know what I mean? Which is kind of unfortunate. So hopefully they'll do something about that. But yeah, that's my progress so far. So we got Uquaji and Alphen to 255 before the month is up. You know what I mean? Granted, Uquaji had help, a lot of help, as you all saw, but he's now finished, maxed out. I'm ready to not be used, because I literally won't use him. I don't think having him at 255 actually did much. Grasta extension, maybe. And that ultimately depends on if I can boost. Actually, it looks like I can. Restore skill effect, I increase another 20%. I wonder if there's a Grasta that deals with restore skill effects. Somebody would have to let me know, because I have no idea. Because if there is, then I'll just give him that. And then, to further boost his, recovery. You know what I mean? So I'll have to see. I'll definitely have to see. But other than that, that's pretty much it for this one. So again, like I said, Alphen's finished. Uquaji's finish. As far as what to do next, I guess the real question is, like, does anybody have anything they would like to see? You know what I mean? Because all of my ideas right now are mainly for videos, are mainly like just testing different characters, right? Considering I have so many of them maxed out, like testing different characters, seeing what they're actually capable of. Like take for example Mayumfa, right? Got her maxed out pretty much 24 hours. Really didn't take 24 hours. Like I did that the day I got her, but I just happened to upload the video the day after. But maxed her out the day I got her, and I don't know if I experimented with her much in that video or just talked about getting her to 255. I have to go back and rewatch my own videos. But yeah, I got some ideas similar to what I did with Parisa, where I just showcased, hey, here's a team comp I'm just playing around with, seeing what he can do, see what she's capable of, things like that. So I have ideas like that for different characters in the game, especially those that are maxed out. You know what I mean? Like Noxus, for example, Felmina, you know what I mean, being another case. Say Ilulu, right? Because I have her maxed out. Who else could I possibly use? Shannon Alter, you know what I mean? Just different like ideas or like team comps that work for like no AF, really. Not necessarily against super bosses, because I would have to find repeatable super bosses, you know what I mean? And I don't think all the super bosses are repeatable, so, but things like that, really. It's kind of what I'm thinking about. Mainly, I'll probably just be testing different team comps on the bags, since it'd be easier there. And most people, as they continue playing Another Eden, should be able to get to that point in Nogsham where they can, okay, cool, we're going to experiment with different things. Yeah, this is the place to go. This is where you experiment with different ideas you may have for teams here. Maybe someone across the video of mine, but let me try this team here, where I don't have this character who can replace this individual and things like that, Plus, it gives me a reason to do character quests, okay? Because there's a lot of them I still have to do, you know what I mean? But yeah, as far as who I'll grind for next, though, I'll probably stick with Cam for now. So I'll bounce between, say, grinding the Underworld dungeon and then TTW, right? Because I want more bullseye ores in particular. And to my knowledge, you can only get those in the Underworld dungeon. So I figured the more I have, the better. Because then it's like I won't have to constantly keep reverting Grasta to put them on other Grasta. You know what I mean? I figured I'd rather just have a bunch of these just ready to use. You know what I mean? So other than that, that's pretty much it for this video. If you like the idea of the team comp, similar to what I did with Parisa, Parisa. I'm gonna go do her character quest. At this point, I'm just gonna do her character quest. Yeah, let me know. And yeah, I will talk to you all later.